So introduction to local replication technologies. It is used to create some duplicate copies of data within the same storage system. So we have multiple data in the storage system. So it helps in creating duplicate copies on the storage system within the system or on the different system also, different storage device also. And this technology is essential for data protection and disaster recovery and high availability. Local replication can be synchronized or asynchronized depending on the desired level of their data consistency. So it can be synchronized or asynchronized, and it depends on the data consistency. Next, we will see about benefits of local replication. So improves data availability by ensuring that there are multiple copies of critical data within the same location. It improves the data availability. So if we have two to three copies of data, then we will get the data easily, and within the same location. It will be within the same location, so we can get the data easily. And next, enables rapid recovery from the data loss or corruption of restoring data from duplicated copies. If there are multiple copies, if one goes, there will be another. So it helps in replicating the data also. Helps in the load balancing and improving performance by distributing data access across multiple copies. So it helps in load balancing. It helps in equally balance the load among the multiple people or multiple users, and improving the performance of the data. It improves the performance of the data across the multiple copies. There are multiple copies. All the copies will improve its data performance. And next, local overview of the local application. We will see the definition of local replication. The local replication involves creating and maintaining duplicate copies of the data within the same data center or site. As I said before, this is the same. The key features and benefits are improved data availability and accessibility, reduce recovery time in case of data loss or corruption, and low bandwidth requirement compared to remote applications, enhancement disaster recovery capabilities. So we say these key features are improved data availability and accessibility. We can access it however we want because more number of data is present, more copies of data is present. Reduces the recovery time in case of data loss or corruption, because multiple copies are present, we can recover easily and there will be no data loss. Low bandwidth requirements compared to the remote replication. Lower bandwidths are required, and enhancement disaster recovery capabilities. It enhances the disaster recovery, so there will be no disasters occurring in the data within this. Next, we will see types of local replication technologies: snapshot based, log based, and copy on write based application. These are the three types. There are more. I choose only three of them. Snapshot based application. The state of dataset at a specific point in time and replicates it to another location. So in this snapshot, it is similarly like a screenshot method where we will identify a specific place or specific time, and we take the snapshot of that, and it will be replicated in the another location. Basically, snapshot replication will be used by the cyber threats and the hackers who manipulates the cameras, and we will use household cameras now outside for our protection, so that can be manipulated by the snapshot based application. The pros of that are minimal impact or predictive system, quick recovery and low bandwidth usage, and cons are requires additional storage space, limited granularity. And the log based replication. The log based application replicates the chain made in the data by capturing and transmitting transaction logs. logs, right? We can we will be having that entry exit time that will be noted in the log data on our Excel file, Excel sheet, and that can be replicated. A granular replication, minimal impact on the production system. It will be having a minimal impact on production system. Complexity in configuration, potential performance overhead is the cons. Copy on write application is a copy on write application creates a new copy of data when changes occur, preventing the original data. If we want to change anything, the new copy will be having the change. The original will be as it is, and it will create a new one, and it will change in that. The effective use of storage and quick recovery increase the write latency and complexity in management. We will get the old one as it is, and we can use the new one as a step forward. It is effective and if it is effective use of storage, but we need more storage to this. Advantages: increases data availability. Redundant copies of data ensures accessibility even in the case of failures. Where it increase the data availability of data will be more because of the redundant copies. We will have a number of copies in that of the same data, so data availability is more. Faster recovery times, quick restoration of data from replicated copies. There are many number of copies, replicated copies, so we can easily recover the lost data. Reduce risk of data loss. Multiple copies of data minimizes the impact of the hardware failures or disasters. There are multiple copies of the same data, so there will be no loss of data. If there is loss, we can easily recover. Lower bandwidth requirements. It requires the lower bandwidth, and replication within the same site requires less network bandwidth compared to the remote application. And next, challenges. There are many challenges: limited scalability, single point of failure, increases resource utilization, graphical limitation, and complex management, compliance and governance challenges. So first we will see limited scalability. Local application often struggles to scale efficiency as volume of data increases, leading to potential bottlenecks and performance issues. Single point of failure: since local application typically relies on the single storage location or system, any failure in that system can jeopardize and entire application process, risking data integrity. When a single point fails, and it relates to the continuous failures, and that increase the risk of the integrity of the data. Increased resource utilization. Replicating data locally requires additional storage and compute and network sources, which can strain the infrastructure and increase operational cost. So there are multiple replications, so that increases the data cost and storage cost also. And next, geographical limitations. Local replication may not effectively address disaster recovery needs if the replication site is in the close proximity and primary set, leaving data vulnerable to region disasters. Complex management. Managing multiple copies of data within the same infrastructure introduces the complex on monitoring. There are multiple copies of the same data, so this helps in complex management. The complexity is more. Compliances and governance challenges. Meeting regularity requirements of the data application, such as data sovereignty laws. There are some laws for the governance, so that should be maintained. Conclusion. A recap of the key point discussed in the presentation emphasizes the importance of logical and application technology in ensuring data availability and redundancy with the same data center or site. These is the main things which have been studied in the local replication system. The local replication, you can glance it once again. Local replication means the data will be replicated same multiple times. Thank you very much. We will meet you in the next class with another topic.